Morning cat yoga.
Stomach rub and then a little ear.
He's all stomach. Even his back is stomach.
Look at this.
This episode is brought to you by the Houseplant Masterclass, the first ever audiovisual course on houseplant care, maintenance, and more. The course, which is disseminated over a month, has over 12 hours of audiovisual recordings, 500 plus full color images and charts, includes our 350 houseplant care spreadsheet, and more. You'll even get a certificate of completion when you're finished with the course. You can find out more information at houseplantmasterclass.com. And while you're at it, check out our full range of online courses at homesteadbrooklyn.com.
Well, we have a special treat today, not only because we have a conservatory cat here going to help us with the tour. Okay, maybe not help us with the tour. Help us just chill out. But we're here really kind of a little bit behind the scenes because you're closed today.
We're closed. VIP tour.
Yeah, this is a VIP tour of the Scripps Conservatory or the Belle Isle Conservatory.
Everybody calls it the, well, yeah, it used to be called the horticultural building, but I think most local folks will call it the Belle Isle Conservatory. I don't think. It was called the, oh, go ahead.
No, I said, this is Jeremy, just so you know.
What's up?
Why don't you give an introduction to yourself?
I'm Jeremy. I work for the Department of Natural Resources. I'm the horticulturist for this. So this conservatory sits on an island in the middle of the Detroit River.
Yeah.
Detroit over here, Canada over there.
Which is why I couldn't call him, because he was like on
I was sitting there waiting, yep.
Canadian phone or whatever, the mucks up the system.
Yeah, so we take care of a lot of things on the island here, but this is our baby here, is the conservatory, and then the gardens outside. This sits on a 13-acre parcel. The conservatory was opened in 1904.
So is it the oldest or is it not?
Whatever it says on the pamphlet is true. No, we might have been out. There's all kind of stipulations in there about the oldest continuously open, the oldest something.
Oh,
anyway, to me, it's the oldest.
It's the oldest.
It's not the oldest in the country because the Lincoln Park Conservatory.
It's the oldest on Belle Isle.
Oh, for sure, the oldest and the only. Yeah, it is. But yeah, so it's been here since 1904. It's connected to an aquarium next door. In the old days, it had all kinds of more gingerbread on top. It looked more fairy tale-ish.
Oh, interesting. So like a little bit more of that Victorian.
For sure, all kinds of things that fall off in the wind. But it did look pretty cool. But then in the 50s, the original building was a wood structure, held up by steel, but the wood, obviously, we're in Michigan and on a river. Winters don't, and that architecture don't mix. So it was redone in the 50s, and now we're actually in the process of a capital campaign for a new redo, which is really exciting.
Okay, so what would the redo kind of look like? Do you have that in
New glass that matches.
Glass, okay. So not like all like, kind of, is it all glass or is this?
It is all glass. Okay, it's just all different vintages of glass. Actually, this was redone, I think, in the 80s or something. That's where we get this kind of shower glass. Yeah. This actually holds up the best, though.
I was gonna say, because it also doesn't allow too much light.
Right, it diffuses the light, so it's, I guess, the people that are having weddings in here might argue that it's cool and comfortable in here, but it definitely could be worse. Yeah. And the plants seem happy, and plants before people.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, no, but this is incredible. Is this also all tufa stone?
Yep, good eye. So tufa, So tufa rock, it's actually a calcium carbonate deposit. The whole wall is made of that. You'd find it in caves, and I think it's illegal now to harvest.
It is, It's like a limestoney kind of stone, but it has lots of pores.
Lots of porous, So the idea is that if you don't necessarily want to water everything every day, but all these plants want a lot of humidity. So if you water down the tufa, it leaches out the humidity all day and keeps it nice and
then they could get their little rootlets into the stone, so it's really nice to be able to grow plants there. It's very common in rock gardens, very common in ferneries.
Right, and you can see here the ferns all over this wall, which are just volunteering themselves on the wind from the fernery.
So then the conservatories, I guess, they're different climates and they're separate. So is this more of like the tropical one, or is this?
This is kind of a catch-all for everything. This is actually called the show house that we're in. This is the only room that changes on the regular. So we would have the poinsettias at Christmas time, the Easter lilies. It's generally always tropical stuff.
So this is the catch-all. This is the seasonal element. And then you go into here, is this a palm house or is this
So this is the palm
tropical
house. This will be the most architecturally striking transition here.
This is when you realize that you can never build a greenhouse tall enough.
Right, yeah. So this is, sad but true that, so I've been here for 7 years now, and this is a Canary Island date palm.
Okay.
When it was redone in the 50s, they brought in, I think it was like 6 of these.
Yeah.
Which is cool, and they were only 20 feet at the time, thinking, okay, whatever, next guy will get it. So as much as I hate to take anything out, they were just, a lot of them were laying on the architecture, and they were just, they're rigid enough, those fronds, that they just pop out the glass. And we're not in the business of affording a lot of glass.
So only one survived is what you're saying?
Well, we say, But so this one will, and we've got a couple more years in this one. But the exciting thing is, it is always sad to take things out, but it's just really opened up what we can do in the understory here. Just the more light, everything's just flourishing.
Yeah.
And for everything that we take out, I overplant everything because I'm kind of a hoarder and we have limited space. And
you want to.
You went to Telly's, that's where he's,
He's
the guy.
You go shopping there.
I can't help myself, But so anyway, we put some exciting things in there. So we took out, the main one was in the middle here, we took out in May, and now we planted a cashew. There's a champak magnolia, which is...
Oh, we'll have to see it.
It doesn't look like much right now, but curry tree,
I have like a small curry plant that was in my house in Brooklyn, but it's so inspirational when I know I've already smelled it.
But it's not what you expect, right? It's kind of like, it's nice because it's herbal, medicinal,
I
but
don't know. I think I know what to expect now because I've cooked with it and everything. So I like to toast it just like slightly in the, not the whole thing, just like a leaf,
Toast it, get the lighter. No, that's sweet. It's a beautiful tree too.
Yeah, it is.
Wants a little more light, but this is definitely one of that has responded to more light. The palms being gone.
And then what do you think right here? You got the bird's nest anthurium over here.
Didn't pay attention to him for 2 minutes.
Your phetonias are starting to flower, which is
and that's
really
sweet.
Nice
that's my number one fetish is that I challenge you to find any Lowe's that has these within 70 miles because the minute I hear they're available, I just want to have the whole...
Well, they'll probably spread on their own.
Oh, they will, but I'm impatient,
Are these two different cultivars, or you don't know? Or, because you have a small leaf variety.
Yeah, the boom, boom, boom. I think I have about 7.
Wow.
If you got a line on any other ones, I'll drive to Brooklyn.
Okay, but you have the white veined ones
yep,
too? And the red veined ones?
I do. I got little leaf white.
It's Paleonias.
There's the sharp leaf kind of pink.
Oh, yeah.
It's little leaf pink, but here's the...
I saw in the Netherlands they have these really big leaved varieties. Like
it's they don't call it Congo something, but I had that, but it gets
Red
crispy
leaves.
on the leaves too quick. Or
Oh,
it's a little more
sensitive around the edges, aren't we all?
We are. Yeah, we are. Delicate flowers, one and all. I said I don't play favorites, but this is one of my favorites.
Which one is this?
So this is Trichostygma, or that's Peruvian pokeweed. Actually, if you go around here, there's a much more...
is it related to our native pokeweed, or is
I don't
it
think
just
so at all. I think it's just the coloring in the flower a little bit. See there, gets this
that's
tongues out like that.
incredible.
Isn't that sweet? Martian. I'm into the Martian stuff.
It feels like a fruit roll-up, really.
It does.
Like,
Throwback. Taste it. I will if you will. We'll go for a ride. Yeah, I don't. That's just so leathery here.
I mean, what pollinates that typically? Do you know?
That's a good question. I don't know. Yeah, I don't.
I mean, it kind of looks like hanging meat. So I'm wondering if.
Well, now you're going in a different direction. Where the fruit roll-up was cute.
The fruit roll-up is good, but you know what I mean? It has that kind of meaty look.
No,
red,
definitely,
Maybe it's
a
beetle, maybe it's
or jerky.
flies.
Jerky, it's
jerky.
Same family as fruit roll-up.
Something that got serrated over, and it's just hanging.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Just evolution and.
Tell me, where do you use your litter box, huh?
We don't recognize that part of him. No, he does, but outside he does. I mean, I never smell anything in here. I don't know. But I wouldn't mind if he did, because it probably chases other things away.
Yeah, it probably does. All those roaches,
So this is unfortunately, put this in 6 years ago. It's a sausage tree, Cagellia africana.
Oh yeah, those ones that get the really long,
it's a droop,
pods,
and it looks like a boxing bag.
Yeah.
They're sweet though, so it's been
fall down and hit you and probably kill you.
And coconuts get a bad rap, but nobody ever talks about this thing's like 40 pounds.
I know.
They're sweet though. So it just started flowering this year, but right now there's not any on there. But it's very cool. So it sends down these sprays of flowers like a big candelabra, and they're really kind of waxy red. And a lot of people say they smell bad. To me, they smell like cabbage, which I like cabbage.
Yeah.
And so it's pollinated by a pretty specific bat in Africa. but we don't have that specific bat here. So luckily over in Ann Arbor, where the University of Michigan is, they have 2 of these trees that are consistently blooming. So when she gets blooming a lot, then we'll do a trade-off and we'll do it.
Pollinate, yeah.
It's really receptive to that.
Yeah.
So it'll be cool.
So you're not going to be expecting any fruits, is what you're saying?
Once we get it pollinated, once she's flowering regularly, then we'll get, it should be no problem.
Yeah.
Because it's, 40-minute drive over there, and they seem to always have flowers.
That's great.
Yeah.
I collected these in Mozambique when I was there, and I was so enamored to see how impressive those
it's just crazy, yeah. And they do make beer in Africa from it.
I
think it has to be
didn't
fermented.
eat it, but they look, it's flowering as well.
Yeah, that was all the rage years ago. That's the Regal shields.
Yeah.
Alocasia. Sweet. Naughty shot.
I know.
Just a glimpse. Get the top on.
Just a kind of different Bacchias? Or
No, that's a Homolomena. Yeah.
Okay.
Sweet. It actually does really well, although it wouldn't.
It's actually quite a thick leaf.
It is. It's beefy. Yeah. It's nice, and it's pretty reliable, too. There's a time of the year where it gets a little, or if it gets overwatered, it tends to, it looks like something that would want more water, but it's a little finicky. But
yeah, I like the, I like it. I like the structure. And then these are Ruellias. They get a really nice flower, too.
They are, and I love them for a ground cover like that, but they do just become
a weedy mess?
Well, they just want to, they want to go everywhere, and once they get too leggy, they flop over in here, and I just don't.
What's that nice purple plant right there? West Indian holly.
Yeah, that's Leah Cassinii. Yeah, that's really nice, too. Those things they'll get tree big.
Yeah.
So I just keep it squat.
Looks like it kind of spreads. Does it have rhizomes, or did you plant 2 of them?
No, I planted. I made to put 3. Like I said, I'm a hoarder. Can't help myself.
You need a bigger space.
We do.
Yeah. Is this a strong Elodin vine? One of those?
This is, yeah. So rub it, do whatever you have to. Maybe you got the magic touch because she's blooms,
blooming.
but infrequently. And so this was the time. Actually, this looks so raggy over here. This is sweet too. This is a Thumbergia mysorensis, but they were starting to eat each other. So I said, and she was done blooming, but now it looks terrible. And this one, I thought maybe she'd bloom over here.
Yeah.
But you can see the little new leaves coming out. This is only a week ago that I butchered that. But so anyway, I've tried everything. I read coffee grounds. One year I did that and did get a pretty good
size bloom.
Yeah. I think they want more of this though. Like if we had this trellising all the way down there, you see these beautiful shots from India where they're just loaded, and we get all excited for 2 little flowers. But whatever, something to look forward to.
It's an exquisite flower.
Oh, that color is like nothing in nature. That green is insane.
That blue
green
flowers is like really hard. It's like a cerulean in a way.
It is. So it must be hard for the planted. That's why they're so stingy with the. But all the more exciting when it comes. But look at that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's
strongy lowdown.
grabbing on.
Oh, do you know Noni? This is one of the superfoods.
It's not my favorite fruit.
Oh no, I don't think it's anybody's favorite fruit. Here, we'll take a knob off there. But this isn't ripe yet, but it's ripening. You can see it start. So it's also called Indian mulberry or noni, or cheese fruit is what tells the tale most. Because these ripen up and they just smell. I love cheese, but I don't love cheese that smells like that. But it's cool, and so that's one of those what is it?
It's edible though.
It's edible, and it has total. What are all the? What's that?
Antioxidants.
Superfood. Yeah, one of those.
One of those really impressive antioxidants.
Right.
Now this looks like. This almost looked like a poinsettia for a minute there, like this.
Yeah, no, right? It's reverting the other way. But I'm cool with that.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, that one just finished her flower cycle.
People select for that.
Right. This dime a dozen, but still every time gets me. The clerodendron, that's butterfly bush, not to be confused with the butterfly.
Yeah. What about this? What's this little ground cover over here?
That's a alternanthera.
Oh, they come. You could get some of those in browns and.
Sure, yeah, no, that's a great. That's the gift that keeps on giving too. That one just a lot of shearing, but you can just you can take a hedger in there
and this is
become
the
bouncing back.
Paleonias.
Watermelon vine or
called Procris repens. They've changed the genus on these, but these are very nice.
That's another. Yeah, between that and the Fittonia, I just would love to see the whole place just. The ground cover.
What do you like the best, Pavo, huh?
There.
He's like, no, thank you. And then some Anthurium pedata.
Yeah, that one is, it's really, you can see it's planted right here. This is a really difficult plant area because this tree is, I don't want to take her out, but it's all roots in there, so everything dries in there, so that 7 fingers just is tipping like that. Oh, I'm so embarrassed. Watch your step, there's water there. This is just finishing this too, the yesterday, today, and tomorrow, Brunsfelsia.
Yes.
So the story with that is
is this like a
little chlorotic,
How do you have to fertilize everything when it's all planted together?
It's tough, because, it's not tough. The palms are the only one that really are a little more sensitive to some of the things in sort of a generic fertilizer. And here you can I'll do a foliar.
Yeah.
It's kind of backed off of it for a while because we were getting some caking in the soil. It was getting a little.
Okay.
But yeah, she's due for some. And it could be too, because I've been putting a ton of Epsom salts on these citrus, and maybe that does not like it as much. But whatever.
And then this guy, this is like a little hibiscus.
Japanese lantern hibiscus.
Wow.
Yeah, you can always tell by the little Martian.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another one that just keeps. That was actually one of our volunteers donated it years ago.
Really, it's exquisite. Just like how feathery it is around the.
Oh, it's so delicate and.
Yeah.
And that every few months, just whack it back and
boom.
This
is a croton, isn't it?
This is Croton interruptum. Yep. Yeah. See how that's another.
I haven't seen this in Singapore actually, where it has that little.
Right, and I don't know what the idea would be for that.
It almost looks like a little cup,
It does, usually
it reminded me of like a little Nepenthes in a way, but
yeah. But it's not like the flower's over here, so I don't know if that has anything to do with, I don't know, adaptations. It's over my head.
Exquisite.
But sweet, yep. That's a costus.
Yeah. Do you know what kind it is?
I don't. We have a bunch of that. I just threw it everywhere. Here's a.
I love how they spiral around.
Yeah. So.
And then is this a Thai constellation or is this a Monstera albovariegata?
Yeah. That second one.
That one.
Yeah, that was actually a donation many years ago too. Exciting.
Wow. People are
I don't think they knew what they had at the time. Or it got so big. But yeah, I actually took a bunch of cuttings on that.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to grow it up one of the palms.
This is a huge prayer plant.
Yeah.
Look at these leaves.
And it'll get much bigger than that too. That we have one. I'll show you when we get back out in the palm house. But they tend to lose that striping.
The striping as juvenile.
So size more important than.
Yeah. Well, I do wonder: is it is the striping to appear as if they have caterpillars or something?
Probably,
just to protect its leaf, and then it gets a little larger, and then it's like.
Come get me! I dare you! It doesn't matter at that point.
It's a lot of leaf here.
This is just. Oh, it's all. I was hoping this would. So that's a Stanhopea orchid.
Oh, the one that has a vanilla scent or something?
Yeah, no, it's really sweet. But it's at the end. Oh, these are going to open, but these are kind of sad.
Yeah.
Another favorite, even though we don't do favorites, here's a fresher one though. Look at that. Oh my God, look at that leaf. The color, but then this ribbing on there.
Is this a Plumeria?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is another one that every time I get it, I buy it, and I probably don't need it.
Yeah.
But this is another thing that I can't understand what that. This is for some reason.
Exactly.
So is it water, or is it? But the flower's at the bottom, so it's not like creating a ladder for anything.
Yeah,
so.
and some of them have that ribbing. This one I feel like is the most pronounced of the ribbing.
Right.
I do also wonder what is the. I look at the shape and the form and the whole morphology of it. I'm like, why did it develop that? Purple bottoms, stripy tops, pink edging,
Right. Heavy thoughts over coffee. It blows your mind, then you just go, forget about it. I'll go water something and not think. This is new too. We got probably jammed in a corner, but this is a lychee.
Oh, nice.
Which I'm really excited about, but I didn't do any research about whether they need a male and a female or whatever. We'll hammer it out later. So when we get the new wing, we'll put the other one there.
And then these guys are looking a little
they're just
crusty, but that's fine. It's so hard to regulate light in here and everything like that.
It is, and the thing is, we pull those out and put them in the ground, and
and then they just
bounce right back.
Crazy,
they just don't love being in here at the house. They're fine because they don't get all this light, and they get too much, and What
is this?
So this is a frangipani. But I don't even know if it had a tag on it, but I call it a spoonleaf Plumeria or frangipani.
Yeah.
Sweet though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's nice. Does it have any scent?
Subtle.
They go into like big trees, right? Yeah, those,
This variety, I'm sure it would.
Yeah.
I just, again, don't have the room, but I had to have
two
of them.
I've never grown it as a house plant. Some people say it's actually fairly good, but it goes deciduous, or
I would think that it probably would.
Yeah.
They're even a little finicky in here, so I wouldn't be daring enough to try. And that's called barbed wire plant. I can't think of the. I don't want to embarrass myself and try to.
Yeah, no, it's all good. I've never seen it before.
It's
very cool. Yeah.
I bought them all. That's why you didn't see them there.
They kind of look fake.
Yeah, they do.
They
That's what
I
like.
Look like something you picked up Joann's and then you just stuck it in.
Just a little zhuzh.
Maybe it is. Maybe it is.
A little secret. This. Horrible and beautiful at the same time.
Let me see.
It's not horrible. It's just not my jam.
Oh, it's don't tell me. It smells a little like
Christmas.
Yeah, it smells like Christmas, but what is it?
Well, it smells like
cloves,
but it's allspice.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful shrub, though, ain't it? Ain't it?
Yeah, it is.
Just with the new growth and the
Sonder, so he can
smell-o-vision. It's just one of those smells that goes a long way.
Definitely. So this is an allspice bush?
Allspice, yep.
Oh.
So, right behind, I just put in what do you call it, too? You can't smell from here, but this is cool little flowers. See that? That's ylang ylang.
Oh, yeah. Right there.
Which probably should be up front and more sun, the star of the show, but whatever.
I had this at one point. I don't know what happened to it. It probably died a horrible death in my house, but is it pseudo?
It is, and the common name is chocolate plant, but it's nothing to do with chocolate, just the color. Yeah, it's pseudo...
something or other. I can't remember the name of it. But I'll get the name of it. But I had never seen it in flower.
Well, it's funny, too. It's one of these that I've tried to purposely put, and then, like I said, it just dies out, and then it just volunteers itself, and it does well if I just shut up and leave it alone.
I think that there was a grouping, and they have like more purple colors, more. I bought it because I was like, that's a cool coppery color.
Yeah, it is pretty unusual.
Offsets nice with the greens, so yeah, nice to see it.
Well, there it is. There it is, hiding under the allspice. Ooh, don't miss this one. Martian plant alert.
Oh my gosh, it's in bloom.
Yeah, they will soon. The whole group will.
So hard to keep indoors. So hard.
Well, even in here, I had them in pots for years. I thought, that's cool. We can put it on display and off. And then I finally put it under these gingers, and it just so many flower cycles a year.
Yeah, very
in
good
the yam
to know.
family.
I have seen it planted in the landscape, like in Singapore and Thailand. And if it's planted on the edge, not in direct sun, it does not do well. It's like goes chlorotic and everything. But this is nice to know. You have your gingers, and this is exquisite. Look at that, so bizarre.
It is, and then there's the white variety, but this one is larger and a little more striking, I think.
Do you know what kind of, is this a zingiber, or is
it? It is.
Okay.
Yep.
But you don't know what kind?
There is signage here, but this has been here since I was a kid, I think,
Yeah.
It's nice, though. It's got it's yellow and white.
Shell ginger.
Pretty ornate.
No, it's an Alpinia. Alpinia zerumbet.
That's what, right. Then we have the propata in the other room, but the flowers are a lot cooler on this one.
Still smelling these cloves.
I know.
No, it's not your jam.
I'm sorry. It is. Everything's my jam.
You have to have the sensitive plant right out where everybody could touch it. There you go.
I'm gonna do this one is probably more
responsive.
You wanna? Well, maybe not, or better light at least. Oh, I did too much. Too rough. But usually, especially after the weekend when we're open, just every kid, and so the plant's like,
it probably
I'm not going to do it anymore.
It probably stops doing it,
I think it knows it. It's not going to get eaten.
Yeah.
Conservatory was renamed in the 50s, Anna Scripps Whitcomb Conservatory, whose the Scripps name might be familiar with you. They own all the public publishing things all over the world, But she had a really banging orchid collection, and she donated 600 of those orchids.
Oh, wow.
And so I think she acquired them. They were like from the war.
Yeah.
Things that were taken, she saved them from World War II.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this was traditionally where the orchids were displayed. So this was all empty, and we'd have the orchid pots up there. But I found over time that it was this is the southern exposure, even though Canada's over there, which is even more bizarre because that's Canada south of us for a minute.
Yeah, it's strange.
It was just too hot and too much exposure. So we've recently been moving all of them over to the fern. I know fern purists don't like that the orchids are in there, but actually it makes a whole lot of sense because that's where they would be in nature together. So it's a little cooler and it's sunken, it's shadier over there, and the orchids are just like boom, boom, boom now.
That's great. Hey, you know, if it's less work and less maintenance, and I think it makes sense, especially because you have to care for so many plants, you know?
Right, and it just, and for the orchids, and they last longer over there, so everybody gets a little more time to see them.
You should grow some syngoniums over here. I feel like that's like a one thing that really likes to climb and
Yeah, no, I'm
trail
surprised.
around.
I'm sure I've put them at one time or not.
Yeah.
But I think they do get fouled up in here in the other things sometimes.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's like thematophilum, right?
Isn't that awesome?
Like,
Yeah.
It's really massive.
Yeah, imagine if they get that size in your house.
I felt like the one that I saw at Tully's greenhouse was big, but this one is
Yeah, no, this
ginormous.
is one that's, probably been here for a million. I know it's when I was a kid, I loved looking at this, and that's 40 something years ago.
It's kind of amazing if you have like shots when you were a kid and then
Oh, I think I do,
now.
yeah. But yeah, no, that's sweet. It's just laying on, like, there's a fence under there or something, so it's...
You are really croton heavy in here,
I'm
too.
sorry, I'm a fetishist, but that's...
I know.
Yeah, I should have more.
It's not another one that, for me, does not grow very well in the home.
No, definitely
Yeah.
not. This wants even more sun than it's getting here.
I've never seen this one, which is like this kind of feathery
Yeah, this is called
grassy variety.
Picasso's paintbrush. Yeah, this is really nice. And it doesn't, at least in here, it doesn't take much editing. It doesn't want to, some of them want to get gigantic.
You know, it's so funny because I think when a genus repeatedly doesn't do well in my home, I kind of fall out of like what's happening in the genus and like,
Right.
And this is an interesting one I have never seen before.
Try it out.
Yeah.
You definitely have to be a southern window though, but
Yeah.
this is gross, but good.
This is gross but good. It was really funny. I picked up an herb and I'm like, cat pea and lemons. Let's get 2. People are like, oh my God.
That does smell like cat pea though, doesn't it? That one.
It does.
So that's
Cabo, what do you think?
soursop.
He's like, I love it.
Thank you. But anyway, so this gets a delicious fruit that looks kind of like a football with spikes on
Yeah.
it. Have you seen that? It peels like whitefish.
Right.
It would be called guanabana, like in a Spanish market.
Yeah.
But anyway, the leaves, there's been huge
juice.
studies in the last few years that has huge cancer-killing properties. So I get a lot of people in here wanting to harvest the leaves.
Whoa, okay.
Like, you've never tasted the fruit if you want the leaves. But then they told me about there's actually a little flower on there, but watch me fall in here. Covered in aphids, of course, so don't pay no attention to the bugs. But there it is,
He just massacred all those aphids.
I did, gross. Pablo, get those bugs. So that'll open it up, and it actually has the texture of a Nerf ball. It's really awesome, and then will come the fruit.
This reminds me of the shape of a sassafras leaf, but more defined.
Yeah.
What is this?
This is a jatropha.
Oh, it's a type of jatropha.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Isn't that sweet? Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're right, I never thought, but the sassafras with the smelly leaves, I wish
The
this smelled,
lemony, yeah.
Which lives in, you could grow that in New York.
That
Here
is
too.
a native northeastern plant.
We got some nanners. Oh, a little sad banana.
Aww.
But cute. There's a bigger one up there, the monster.
Oh yeah, look it up there. It's cool.
So I don't know if everybody knows the cycle of the banana. I mean, it doesn't, obviously we're not at the equator here, so it's not ideal, but the banana, so it's about a 9-month cycle from nothing to that, and then you would just cut the whole stalk down and then start over. So you always keep like one pup in reserve. I mean, this used to be nothing but bananas in here, and I love bananas, but we're limited for space, so I want to get, because I wanted this fig in here and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you go in there, it's just like, they'll run over here and they'll start climbing over it's amazing, the banana,
And do you know
mat.
what kind of musso this is?
Maybe Paradisia?
Okay.
Yeah. And then we have the what's the one that the whole world eats only because it's a sturdy banana? Cavendish.
Oh yeah, the
over
Cavendish
here.
banana.
Oh, there's the one. Here's another smell-o-vision. Sorry.
Okay.
Don't do this when you're touring, though.
You won't have any leaves left. Ooh, that is
awesome,
incredible. That's like a
citrus, not citrus.
That's like a pelargonium citrus, though.
Right. Yeah, like the citron.
Yeah.
Isn't that nice, though? I think it's boiled down to make tea from that, or I don't know. It'd be a nice tea.
Incredible. Is this
It's
another
Italian.
type of
That's palisoda. Yeah.
soda?
You've seen it. It gets this
No.
beautiful. Yeah. So it sends up the flower spike, and then it gets covered in these berries. But for a while they're stoplight colors.
And it's in the same family as I think Tradescantia? Do you think?
I think. Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe we're both wrong. If we're both wrong,
We're both wrong.
take it out and edit it.
We're right.
This is called Cardinal's Guard. I don't know if you saw this. It's kind of on the way out, this flower, but really nice.
I'm sure the hummingbirds love it if they were ever able to get in.
They do, yeah. We got plenty of hummingbirds in here. Don't tell Pavo, but he couldn't catch them.
And then here's the Monstera Peru, right?
Yep, we just got that. That's, recently.
He's lovingly growing up the side of the tree over here. And then is this a
Caladium?
Caladium, but it's such a
Isn't that great? Yeah, that's the first year I've seen that.
So color.
I usually avoid that. I mean, I love them, but just because since they need to go through that dormant thing, it's kind of, and then I forget and I dig them up and I waste.
Is that one of those other alternate?
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is an Iracine, actually. This is an
Iracine,
called Party Time, I think. Yeah.
Do you know what kind of?
Not called Belladonna. It's called Bella something, but that's really nice.
And then the Pileas, right?
Pileas, yeah. We know about the artillery plants. I'm sure you've talked about it before, but how in the Pilea family, they get these little flower balls, and then it gets to a certain temperature and humidity. And they
pop open?
Yeah, I took some good footage of it. Well, not good, but.
Oh, really? Like in slow-mo or something?
Yeah. Check it out on the Facebook page.
Yeah, okay.
But it's really cool. And if it's quiet, like I'll be watering, and then I'll just, if I ever shut up, not talking to myself, but I can hear it. It's real subtle, but.
It's that audible, wow.
So these are all of our citrus. So this is a Ponderosa lemon. That's a sour orange, 2 sweet oranges. But I'm hoping that they leaf out nice and maybe we'll get a flower in the winter.
And is this some kind of passion fruit?
That thing is a thorn in my butt, but it is. I put it over there 2 years ago, and now it's just everywhere. It's sweet though with that leaf.
I like that leaf.
It did get tangled up in the citrus in it. You can see there, it sent out some. It's nice because we have in the other room, we have the darker blue or the purplish one, and this one is sort of a teal. But not gonna open till noon.
Yeah.
So it's like clockwork.
But you said it's a teal color?
Well, not teal. More powdery blue is what I mean to say.
Okay. This is a Metanilla?
Yep. It's we're still waiting on signage. So it's just a slighter variety of the big.
An autograph tree, the Clusia, very hard for me to propagate. Have you ever tried to propagate this?
I have, and we did. With rooting hormone and everything, and
it's tough,
they're just.
Isn't it?
They are.
It's
I don't know.
Probably a little
it's
tougher.
woodier.
Yours is very variegated too, so it'd probably be even harder.
Yeah, I mean, I think we'll try maybe because we're due for cut her back a little bit.
I haven't been successful. If anybody has been successful, please let us know. Clusia is tough. And then Adansonii down here. And then what's this one? I've seen it multiple times.
Just the variegated hibiscus, but I can't think of the actual, if we even have a. Yeah, this is another one that just responds to. Sorry, trying to revert here a little bit, but yeah, it's a red flower, but it just loves to. I mean, I don't know if it loves to be butchered, but responds to being butchered.
And then is this a sea grape or something?
That's Coco. Yeah. Yep, Coco Lobo. Cute, but probably not the right spot either. But
right.
Again, I got one on the other side too, just in case this one's not big enough over here.
It's got like such a cardboardy leaf.
Isn't it? Yeah. And just that veining is.
Yeah.
Right, bud?
Pavel's just really. He's so happy. So happy.
Got to have one of these too. Chenille plant, cattail, Acalefa.
Pavo. I wonder if he likes this. Look at his tail.
It's not. His tail puts that to shame.
It really does.
That's why he's sitting there, aggressing on that plant, shaming the plant. You go from the driest to the wettest.
Oh my God, you still have more.
More tufa, we don't even need it in here. We're just showing off.
This is too much. Come on.
Yeah, no, we are lucky.
Until
you fall on it.
You're not even using it as like stuff to grow
no, I know,
on.
I know.
It's just like it's a rim.
Party favor.
I love the tonality and the color change. Obviously going from like rich dark greens and deep purples, and then you go to this like pastel, muted, subdued, desaturated tones in here.
And just the lighting too.
The lighting,
it's so striking because there's nothing over the top of us.
Yeah. Fantastic. Wait, what's this thing climber growing up here that you're letting?
That's called lemon vine. That's like I can't think. Let me get Pereschia. But you can see that it looks like little daisies there, that flower structure at the end, that's actually it's gonna flower, and it gets a big, really waxy kind of white flower with a yellow middle. But sometimes there's only a couple like on the back of it, and I'll come in the morning and the whole place is all stunk up.
So it's
in a good way.
And lemon.
It's not lemony, no. It smells more like kind of a citrus flower to me.
Okay.
But it's wonderful.
But it's called just lemon vine, I wonder.
Lemon vine, I don't know why. It's really, like the bougainvillea, it has the really thorny though. That's a pruner's nightmare, and you can see I'm gonna have to go up there.
Look at you
sometime.
Have all these little hidden surprises in there, just kind of like hanging out.
Don't sit there. Yeah, again, we just run out of space, so we're trying to.
Some crassulas right here.
Check it out, check it out.
Haworthias.
Portuosa. It's crazy that anything could feel like that and still be alive.
Oh, what if I just tossed you on it?
He does. There was a period. He went through a phase of succulent phase.
To rub his back on
he does.
You know?
He's always got all this crap stuck to him, and he doesn't even know it. And you go to pet him, and what the?
Stipelia gigantea gets those really big flowers.
Stinky. Actually, her sister no, it's gone.
Oh, this one is Kleinia.
Yeah, that's the first time that's bloomed.
And that's just past its bloom.
Just past, yeah.
I think this is a Kleinia fulgens. Is this a fulgens? I don't know.
That's good.
Yeah, but they get really nice, beautiful red pom-pom flowers. Love it.
It is, and that greeny blue with that red is something else. Yeah, this had a ton of blooms, but I think it was sunny this weekend, so that will stink up the room too.
Oh yeah, here's one. Yeah,
but the thing is like lays it filled, one bloom was filling the whole. So the story, that one smells like rotting flesh.
Get some nice flies in there. Quadricolor century plant. I have one of these at home, really love it.
Yeah, take some pups with you.
Yeah, no, I don't need another one.
I know.
I'm in transition between two places. It gets a little challenging.
Yeah, it is a serious addiction.
Gasteria could take less light too. You could actually plant this under another plant.
Oh, for sure, yeah. This one in August and July, you can see is a little.
It's a really nice succulent for folks who don't have that south-facing window, and they could kind of grow it on their desktop or something like that. It's nice. What's this guy? Do you know? It's kind of an interesting structure.
That was a donation, and we put it in, and it just really loves the spot.
It almost looks like it's crystate, like it's like a monstrose kind of crystate version right here.
It's cool though. Yeah, the older it gets, the more it's doing that because it was kind of less detailed earlier.
It's really interesting. A lot of folks will put their this is a Ripsalis, right?
Yeah.
A lot of folks will put the Ripsalis in the but don't you think it would do better in the tropical house?
Yeah, it's funny you say that too, because that wall that's in the show house, I've used them in there and they did a lot better because it's kind of protected from the we're looking, it's really just a defensive planting because people don't go up on the stairs, but I find that you're right, and it gets the flowers and the berries a lot more.
Because it's tropical, but it's one of the, but I know a lot of botanic gardens actually do put them in
Has that look.
Yeah, and Hoyas, sometimes they'll put Hoyas. I mistakenly was putting my Hoyas in really intense light, and I didn't realize initially at first that I'm like, oh, these are kind of a little more tropical. And then this one has recently just changed genus.
It's one of those.
It's cocoon plant, but it was
controversial.
Yeah, yes. Senecio haworthii.
Sweet little almonds.
And then the
fernery, the sunken fernery. So this is really nice setup.
Still yet more tufa. I have never seen so much tufa in my life.
It's definitely the tufa show-off room. But this is the example where you really need it, in here, because although we could water every day, everything in here, it's wonderful setup, but these tiny little recesses that the things are just, and ferns it's like all roots within 3 days.
Yeah.
So you just got to water. So right now you might see a little, well, it's not too bad actually.
Well, look at how this one's crawling over right here.
Yep, that's the, I think that's called the rabbit tail, or no, it's just a wart fern. Uh-oh. Get in here before you got it. Oh, God.
It's okay if there's a dead leaf.
No.
What's that dead leaf
I hate myself. More syngonium. So that's another thing. I think some of the fern purists don't like that, but I just think it looks so good with the fern, especially that pink variety.
Splash. I already saw on Telly's how much that costs. You should.
Does it? Was it?
You should keep it away from prying hands. Look at it; it's crawling all over the place. Oh, look at your tillandsias in bloom.
Yeah, there's a ton of them.
Ooh.
So they're sweet too. That's just something usually we would get them for the. Like just a supplemental, like in the Easter show or something, because they would have these at Telly's all the time, and then I just didn't want to throw them out, of course, and just put them in here, and they'll just bloom like twice a year.
I think this was a tillandsia, and I think it actually changed genuses, actually.
Right here in front of your eyes.
Yeah, I can't remember now. And then this is... No. It's actually an ant plant, I think. No,
I think it is. We don't know.
I think is this not a vining cucumber?
No. I thought we were given, we have a friend that is way into ant plants, and I thought that came with his group. But I mean, that doesn't mean necessarily that it is.
That's cool if it is. I mean, it's really beautiful.
It is.
It's got a gorgeous structure. It's got a nice leaf. Oh, he's got so many favorite places in here.
He knows, yeah.
You think somebody dropped him off. He dropped himself off.
I'm sure he did, yep. He had his boarding pass. Where'd you come from? This is cool, actually. Maybe not cool, but this is, so anyway, we have all these tree ferns in here, but there was one that just, again, we have that problem of not enough space, so it was hitting the glass. And so I had read about, maybe everybody knows that, about just topping it and then planting it, and the thing started leafing out like 4 days later.
That's great. So is it like a Dixonia or what kind of?
Yeah, I think, yep. So that's sweet because I don't think we haven't.
So you could just cut off.
You just cut off the top 5 inches, and then put it directly in soil. And water the living crap out of it.
That's incredible.
Yeah, so that was really exciting. That's my one scientist moment.
Yeah, that's good. I'm sure you had many here.
Oh.
When did you start here, actually?
So I started in 2014, February.
All right, so it's been a little while.
On my 40th birthday. Best birthday present ever. It is, though. I grew up coming here all the time. My dad would bring me here, so it's definitely a fantasy to live and work here.
Here's this.
There it is, and look at how,
I think it's called Cymbifolia or something.
Write it down, because I'm going to keep calling it trailing geranium, and it's not.
I'll get the name for you for sure, because I just I saw it growing in Brooklyn actually, and I was like, ooh, that's really nice. And I tried to take a cutting, but it didn't survive the trip, because it is actually quite thin and wispy.
Yeah.
But then when I got something with a root and I got it in, it took off.
Bam!
Yeah. So here's some of your orchids, but these are just like little Phalaenopsis orchids. Did you put some?
We do that, yeah. I joke that we call this the fernery brought to you by Trader Joe's and Whole Foods, because everybody has their orchids bloom once, and then this thing doesn't work.
So they just give them to you.
We give it here, they leave them like orphans on the doorstep, which
really,
hoarder.
Leave them on the doorstep.
On the front desk. I'm being a little dramatic, but so I love it though, and then we just tuck them in here. Cats and plants. Don't.
Don't get any ideas. When you start getting babies, then you're like, no way.
No, I've got my quota.
Plants before people.
That is the line. But so people just bring in the Phalaenopsis, just love it in here. I mean, they'll bloom. Some of them bloom for months and months and months, and then the people come back. Well, it didn't do that in my shower. I was like, well, right? I want it back.
Now you know who did it.
But it's cool because they just kind of, I don't know. I mean, again, there's fern purists, but then pop of color's cool, and they would be growing in the fern scene.
Yeah. This is so nice. I get so many ideas when I come to places like this, like just like the little stair and step up.
Isn't it? Yeah. So that's, it's a little dangerous for general public. So we usually do keep this room closed up, which is a shame, but it's just, that's too. I mean, if I were a kid, I'd be up on that wall.
Oh my God, this is incredible.
But it really well designed, We wanted to maybe get something going on in there. I think there was like a water feature in there at some point. And I'd like to do it again. We've done it for parties and things though, where we do the dry ice thing.
Yeah,
here.
I mean, even
awesome.
like a little LED light where it's just like a little kind of, or cave plantings.
It's certainly loaded with fauna. There's tons of turtles and snakes and
really,
things.
you get some turtles in here.
Yeah,
How do they even come in here?
I don't know, and frogs everywhere in here.
Wow.
I don't know if it's, it goes, and we have a groundhog in here too, actually.
Really, a groundhog?
Yes,
oh my
that's
God,
not
they're
good.
so clever. I mean, he would probably eat some of the things that.
Well, he would eat pavo, the ground. Well, he does. No, they do, and they score the trees outside. Not pavo.
He's peeing.
Oh, there it is. After hours episode. Come on, man. Do it. That's what he does. That's what he does, though. This fertilizer program.
No.
What we got?
Yeah, he did it. You didn't even do this.
No, why would he? He's got me to do that. This is actually, I used to work at the Lincoln Park Conservatory in Chicago.
Oh, that has a great fern room.
He's Mark Kluber, the fern guy.
Oh my God.
He's every once in a while, he'll text and say, you gotta have this. I'm like, I'll come running.
This is
And this is one of them, yeah.
Yeah. Does this go dormant on you at all, ever? Or
no.
the fern room?
Interestingly enough, this one had taken over. I think that they don't want to be babied at all. When years ago, this was just this, and there was like 3 varieties of fern that had just eaten the whole fernery.
Yeah.
And this is one of them that just seemed to take everything it was getting in here.
I think mine just like went dormant, and it hadn't done that for me before.
Maybe too much soil?
Yeah,
I don't know, because they like, this has nothing. And oh God. Nothing to see here.
That's what Pavo said, but
yeah.
He just did it right in front of us, didn't you?
How can you see him? He's camouflaged. He thinks he is. Blend right into that rock.
Oh my gosh. My gosh, your staghorns.
Yeah, right? But yeah, I see these monsters. That one, we're gonna have to make a decision. This actually years ago was in the show house.
Yeah.
Over a doorway. I'm like, I don't think so. But it's just growing on a pallet. And so now it's getting so front heavy that we're gonna have to make a decision.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have much else to grow on there. That's another thing though, kind of like the Phalaenopsis. We get a lot of those. People, I just wanted it out on the deck for the summer and then we get them. So I'll take those all day and tuck them in the little, because this room is just perfect.
So do you have like an off-site place where you like have some of the plants, that you take some of the plants, or are they all kind of here?
We have one greenhouse across the street that is just kind of a catch-all if we do get donations and things, and we try not to overload it. But
I'm assuming that you said like even in the front room, you change that over sometimes. So do you have to like take those plants out and put them somewhere and then?
Ideally, yeah. Or I just throw them in. Sometimes.
Yeah, can you fit them in the temporarily.
But we do have that, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not a good situation for a hoarder to have only one greenhouse. So.
Well, this is incredible. I mean, thank you so much for taking us through.
Yeah, no, thanks for caring enough to come.
Yeah, it's very nice. Oh, and I didn't even notice you have these things to block the light.
They're my dad's.
You're gonna go set sail here.
Yeah, no, they need a cleaning, but yeah. So the idea here, though, is, normally conservatories would whitewash the whole place, but I kind of got away from that just because I find that it stays on way too long, and then you get November
and it's back up there, and then
and it doesn't. Yeah. So anyway, we're on a river, so it seemed kind of cool, bohemian thing, but it actually does protect these. The ferns do suffer a little in the summer.
Yeah.
But they're the only plants that really, I think all the other plants in here don't care about the whitewash. They would prefer the full sun.
Well, this is great. I mean, you give me such tufa envy as well.
Anytime, come back and visit the tufa often.
Let us know what you thought of the Belle Isle Conservancy tour in the description below. And help us grow the channel by liking and subscribing. We'd like to keep on producing long-form stories on botanical goodness here, and we couldn't do it without viewers like you. In the meantime, we'll see you in the next video.